tell you, what I saw was the vehicle that they haven't identified parked along the road, and I drove by that morning at 8:45. It was there, and I went to another town, did some work, and come back, and then that afternoon, I was retired from it now, but I was in pest control. I was scanning bait stations at the building right across the road from there. And at 2:07, round right in there, that vehicle was still there, and I thought, that's kind of odd. I never seen it there before or after, and I thought, wonder why they parked so far away from going in, if they were messing around the Freedom Bridge or the trails or whatever. And I described it, sent pictures of close to what it is. It was an older model car, and I don't know why the police said they was, a couple years later, they wanted to know that they let it out that there was a vehicle parked over in that area between noon and 5. Well, it was there at 8:45 in the morning, and I believe it was an older vehicle. It's something like you'd see the guy catfishing on the river on Saturday morning. So I believe that must have been in there early. And he didn't go past any cameras. He's turned around, and I had a friend thought that worked at the one Cobb Mail, thought he saw it on the Interside Bridge, maybe around 3:30, 4 o'clock, like he might have been watching or something. I don't know, but
when you say the other side of the bridge, do you mean like the on the other side of the Freedom Bridge over there?
Yeah, it may have been parked over there after I come through there. And
hey, could you tell? You know where when you said you saw the car parked over by the CPS building, was it on the road or kind of like back near
off the road, halfway between that building and the curve?
Okay, and was it sort of just face in, or was it kind of like parked ready to go?
Well, it was just about 2-3 foot off the side of the road.
I mean, was it was it head? Was it head? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. I think that was you were about to answer.
But he turned around, or he would have got caught on. There's cameras at that one business a friend of mine got, farm store or something. So he's turned around. He never went on down the road and out that way. He turned around, avoided the camera.
You know, there's a camera right on that building. I don't know if it was there at the time, but you know the building across the street from the CPS building?
Yeah, that's where I was working.
Oh, I have a friend that went out there, and I had him look for surveillance cameras, and the one that you mentioned a second ago, he found. It's right on the straightaway, and then he found the one. Then he found the one on that building right there where you were working. It's just
yeah.
But I don't know if that one is. Maybe it's not motion. If it's motion activated, it probably didn't pick him up because it was like 300 feet away or something like that.
Yeah. So
how long do you think it was there? You think the car was parked at like 9 in the morning? You were saying
8:45, and it was still there at, when I left the area about 2:15. Yeah. And then another guy thought he saw it on the other side about 3:30. Hello,
yeah, this is Grant Hughes. You sent me a text message yesterday or today. I don't know exactly when. But.
Yes.
Could you explain what you're referring to? Just so I can hear it. Oh. I mean, it's hard to tell exactly.
It's Brady. I was at the fair, and I saw that one of the officers I'd give some tips to. I got to asking him, I said, well, why was the time on this vehicle reported between noon and 5? Well, I didn't know that there was another vehicle, and he said it was parked at that CPS building backed into where they couldn't see the license plate. And I asked, I never saw it when I was there around a little after 2 o'clock. That was news to me that there were two vehicles, and that's the one they were asking for the tips on, I guess, instead of the one I saw.
Oh, interesting.
They said, did it look anything like mine? Well, he said they don't even know what color it was. I thought, it sounded like there's more than one person reported it. I thought, I never saw it. I don't know how it could have been backed in there when all I saw was that other one. And it was in there at 8:45 in the morning when I drove by on the road and looked over. And then when I was actually working in that building, and it was pest control. I was scanning bait stations. I've turned it in. I've got the actual time it shows exactly when I was around that building. There's no doubt as to when I was there because it shows the time I run my bait stations.
Yeah, you're saying the vehicle. You're saying the vehicle was in between CPS and the curve, so maybe what, about 100 feet down the road from the driveway to the CPS, or?
That's the one I saw.
Okay.
Off to the side of the road. It was odd that it wasn't at that building or on down closer to where they walk in. It was halfway between them on the right side.
On the right side, which direction on the right side?
Same side as the CPS building, only it
I
was
see.
100, 150 yards down, but there's a curve in the road between there and where you go into that Freedom Bridge, and it was halfway between there.
Weird.
They don't know the color. They said it was suspicious. It was backed into where you couldn't see the license plate. Well, I never knew there was another vehicle spotted that day. I thought, and I didn't see it, and maybe it could have been hidden where I couldn't see it. If I couldn't see it at that time, that just makes me wonder how legitimate that. I don't know. That really puzzled me. That's why I suppose they said between noon and 5, because when I saw it, made more sense. It might have been that guy's because it was in there. I think he went in early, scouted things out. Too many people got in there, and then, just stayed in there till the situation arised. Yeah, facing the road or something, but it was backed up. It looked like it was kind of trying to be concealed. So, but the one I saw then, like I told you, he turned around. He was facing toward that, the way he walked in, but he turned the vehicle around because it didn't get caught on that building that's on around the corner on the camera, because they had a lot of vehicles they looked at.
I'll have to update everybody and say, well, there might be another vehicle.
I don't know. Well, I said after all this time, and I know the law guys could say nothing to me, but I didn't know that there was supposedly another vehicle reported, but you'd think they knew the color of it. They couldn't. He said they couldn't even tell the color of it. I said it looked like the one I sent pictures of. Well, they didn't even know what color. Well, they just reported it was kind of parked back in there. It looked kind of suspicious the way it was parked. But,
yeah.
That's why I don't understand why I didn't see that vehicle that day over there.